All right, you're taking the lead on this, pal. Do something for this fucking podcast, will you?
I could put you in the brig for what you've done, but I won't do it.
Talking Dicks comedy. What the fuck? Don't talk over me, you son of a bitch. Talking Dicks comedy.
I'll try not to.
Where the spin-off of the web series The Two Dicks on YouTube. Check it out. Two Dicks. This is Talking Dicks comedy podcast. I'm Al Romas. That's Al Ducharme. He's in Studio City, California, I think. That's where he is. He's usually there. He hasn't left. And you have some performances coming up in California, I've heard, through the grapevine. What's happening, Alfred?
Hi there, Al. How are you?
Oh, I'm good. Just, kicking back, waiting for cruising to start. It starts this Saturday. We'll be underway.
With passengers.
Performing the stand-up comedy and the juggling and whatever else these people are doing, singing. But I'll be doing the standing up comedy. So I'll be doing some standing up as well. I don't have any Zoom shows lined up. Those are not being offered as much as they were. I have live performances. June 17th through the 19th, I'll be at the Ventura Comedy Club. I call it Ventura because that's what it says in the songs. That's how the people sing it. That is Ventura Highway.
Yeah, that was by America. And Tom Petty says Ventura Boulevard, and all of a sudden, people out here in the last couple of years are starting to call it Ventura.
No, we go Ventura. That Randy Newman. I love L.A. He does Ventura.
Yes,
it's Ventura. No, fuck Ventura. Who the hell? That's wrong.
It's all the kids.
Wrong, sir.
It's all the kids.
They're woke. Are wrong.
They're woke.
I don't. Well, let's put them back to sleep. These fuckers.
Apparently, Ventura.
Asleep.
Ventura means kill Native Americans. I didn't know that. So Ventura is actually just an area.
And that would be bad. We're not for killing Americans. Where does our pod stand on that? Are we against the killing of Native Americans, or are we for it? I think
their population,
don't we?
Yeah, we do. And their population is under control. So that, I don't think there's an issue with it. But if it's, we're keeping count. And if it gets out of hand and they start like putting up TPs on the 405, we're going to have to do something.
Although they may be blackjacking those TPs, and we enjoy gambling. So
we sure do.
Cocktail.
We sure does.
Cocktail. Oh, that's fun. That is fun. After a couple shows, blackjack table, cocktails, little hot waitress walking around with booze. Oh, betting, gambling. That's a lot of fun right there.
When I have a couple of cocktails in me and I see one of those waitresses with their skimpy little outfits, and she's under 50.
Well, it depends on what reservation you're at, sir.
Okay. Sometimes I start to think things.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was in
but I listen to my guts, not my penis. Thank you very much.
There you go. Always listen to your gut. Gut has wisdom. Penis. Yeah. And anyone who's heard us my biggest fear now knows what we're talking about.
Yeah, they do. My biggest fear now about cheating on my wife is not being able to get an erection.
Hey, speaking of a good segue there, Alfredo. I had an email from a comedian who will remain nameless, who requested, since I will be in Mexico weekly on the cruise, I'll be in Mexico one day each week. Anyway, he wrote me going, "Hey, bro, how about some hooking me up with some Viagra? This guy needs some Viagra." Now, so he'll remain nameless
and bonerless at this point. Hello. I didn't see that one coming. Ow, that's my eye.
We'll keep him nameless, but I couldn't believe it. The guy wrote, and it's always the same with the, "Hey, bro, how you doing? Congrats. I heard you're on the cruise, making money. Good for you. Can you hook me up? Need some Viagra." Really?
He doesn't even say, "Just checking in on you, just checking in on you. Have a good one." And then like 2 days later, "Hey, by the way,
No, it's like
no,
in the same
sentence. Yeah, and by the way, I'm on a ship. I don't know where this fella thinks I'm going to be getting an envelope to mail it and going to a post office. And where am I getting these things? If I go to the pharmacy and buy Viagra. Oh, by the way, can I get a manila envelope with that and stamps? And what the fuck? What am I? You know what I mean? This is a lot to ask of me. I said, well, I'll do my best, but it may be October before you get them. Because how the fuck am I going to mail off Viagra to this guy? You know what I'm saying?
You can't even tell him to go fuck himself until he gets the Viagra. So there you go.
Hey, look at that.
The comedy is just writing itself.
It never, you know what though? I find that insulting when people say, "I bet that joke wrote itself." It's like, no, that wasn't that easy. You know what I mean? People,
it's a cliche.
Right, but they take away the work that we put into shit with that. They'll go, "Oh, that probably wrote itself." It's like, no, it did not write itself. I wrote it, douchebag.
The entire time that I'm listening to your story, my mind is thinking, can I make a joke on there? Can I do it? Can I do it? Now it's a nanosecond and then it comes out.
Right.
And that's why we get into trouble sometimes, because we can't control that. Sometimes it just like comes out.
Because people are woke. They're
woke.
too woke now. It used to be you could just do anything. It didn't matter. No one, if someone didn't like it, they would walk out or maybe go, that's not funny. Now they're going to write a fucking email or make a phone call or, they're offended.
You're canceled.
I was offended by this. You know what I was offended by?
What were you offended by?
Alfred.
What were you offended by?
Did you see this story? This is a beauty. A guy in Italy, an artist. I'm putting up air quotes if you're not watching on YouTube or Patreon. And these air quotes should be like this with two fucking fuck you fingers. This guy's a beauty. He sold a sculpture that wasn't there. An invisible sculpture. I shouldn't blame him, I guess. Someone bought it. $18,000. It's invisible.
It was an imaginary sculpture. It wasn't like he had any pins suspended in air.
No. It's an empty table.
Was it in a glass case or anything?
It was on a table. And there's just nothing there.
You could put your hand through it.
Table.
There was no red ropes, velvet ropes around it. Don't go near it. It's priceless.
Maybe 18,000. He had a price, all right. 18K. He wanted 18 and he got it. This was his third, by the way, third invisible masterpiece.
Well, they're making a statement. And it's the person that bought it, right?
Who's making a statement?
Did he put the person up to it, or is that actually a good investment? Because you can turn around and say, this guy is actually a genius. He's made some real sculptures, but these 3 invisible ones he has are priceless. I bought it for 18 grand and I'm selling it for 1.2 mil in 10 years from now.
I don't know. I mean, what is art? They say art is what you're willing to pay for it.
So why don't you and I do this? Say, listen, we stole your sculpture, and if you want it back, $5 grand, $5 grand if you want it back. We stole it, and they're like, no, it's right here, and we're like, no, it's right here.
That would be a good Two Dicks episode, just where we steal the sculpture, and then the person's like, "No, I haven't. No, you don't. It's right here.
If you want to see it again,
you're sitting on the sculpture.
If you want to see it again,
I haven't seen it the first time. For God's sake, I'd love to see it.
You saw the money disappear from your bank account."
Yeah, we arrest the guy with invisible handcuffs, and
and he doesn't even try to make a break for it. He's totally absorbed into the whole thing. We put him in bars, and he's miming. He's behind bars. Yeah, let me out of here. I want to talk to my lawyer.
That's right. Well, you can leave, sir. You're not in jail. There's no jail. I want to get out. Listen to me, screw.
30 days.
Walk home. Leave. There's nothing stopping you, you fucking artist.
You mean I could have left whenever I wanted to? Yeah, it was all in your mind, man.
Yeah,
pretty weird.
Like one of my I was in Virginia Beach when I started comedy, and there was a place called Almost a Bank, which was an early version of like an Amscot, where they even cash a check for you and loan you money, payday advance.
It was a fee.
That was one of those deals.
Fee.
Yeah, where you have no money, but you cash a check, and then they charge you 28% on top of that.
Yeah, you have less.
You always
money.
have no money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's designed that way.
Almost a Bank, and one of my third joke maybe I ever wrote was I went to Almost a Bank, and I borrowed some money, and then I wrote him a check, and it almost cleared. Good night. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
1989, ladies
Welcome.
And gentlemen.
Welcome. Here's Bill Hicks, everybody. And then I would walk off the stage.
What was the?
When you have those 3 jokes, you have like 3, and you're like waiting because you can't wait to tell it. You're like, I'm going to tell that Almost a Bank joke tonight. That thing's going to fucking kill. That's so stupid.
What was the Rich Seisler? What was the Rich Seisler joke about the dry cleaners with the shirt? He brings a shirt in, has a stain on it. They give him the shirt back. It still has a stain on it. And he says, and they go, that would be $15, please. And they said, well, the wording, he said, do you remember the joke? You don't remember the joke?
No, I don't remember the joke.
What was that joke, that Rich Seisler joke? He said, we tried getting it out. He says, I'm trying to pay you.
Oh, well, Rich is similar. I like him on the same wavelength as the great Rich Seisler. Yeah, same kind of joke.
No doubt. We tried to get it out. Well, I'm trying to pay you.
Very funny.
I think he pulls it back.
Very funny.
Something.
I saw him, the late great Rich Seisler. I saw him in Miami. It's one of those things where he was in Miami. I'm at the airport. I'm in a hurry. He, Rich was a little sloppy kind of guy. He
disheveled.
Disheveled. Yes.
Super nice guy.
Incredibly nice guy. But he was going through his bag and his bag got flagged, whatever. So he had to open it, for the
TSA.
What do you fucking TSA? Thank you. I couldn't pull 3.
Wow, you're being me today. What's going on here?
I'm having a stroke. I don't know. So he opened it, and as he opened it, all his shit fell everywhere. It was all over the floor. It was everywhere. And at that moment, I saw him, and he saw me, and I waved, and I could have went over and like been a little, but I couldn't deal with it. I was like, I'm kind of in a hurry.
Move on.
Rich looks like that's a lot. That's a lot going on, and I left. And then, 6 months later, the guy's dead. So, it's one of those where you go, fuck.
I know.
Well, I could have said hello. Wow. You just don't know. No one assumes the guy's going to be fucking gone
hello
in 6 months or whatever it was. But yeah, it was it was tragedy, but not my fault.
No, it isn't your fault, but it is that it usually takes that. Something like that, losing somebody where you say, same thing with
right.
Brody Stevens. Bernadette and I saw him right up here on Ventura Boulevard.
Ventura Highway.
And he was like off, I guess, because he went off his meds. And this is just a few days before he committed suicide. And he said, hey, do you guys want to get coffee? You want to get coffee? And we were running around doing errands, and we're like, no, we're super busy, but we'll catch up with you someday. And then
damn.
He was probably saying, if they have coffee with me, I will not kill myself. So we have to carry that for the rest of our lives.
You should. That's worse than my Seisler. I mean, goddamn it, he needed a coffee friend and went back to his apartment and hung himself.
He seemed like he was super amped up on coffee. So I'm like, you don't need coffee.
Yeah.
And we have to go. We're running late, but
I like to drink coffee even when I don't need coffee. Do you ever do that? Or, just drinking coffee. I'm addicted to the coffee.
Nope.
Smell, taste, bean. I don't do it for the caffeine. I just want to have more Joe. See, here's by the way, this mug is falling apart. I'm going to need a new 2 Dicks mug from the
I'll just go get a manila envelope
store.
and stick a stamp on it and mail it to the ship with some Viagra.
Yeah, you throw some Viagra in there too, would you please?
Hey, did you hear about was it doctor? Is she officially a doctor? Tenpenny went before Congress.
Tenpenny.
And said that people are being magnetized by getting the vaccines. Did you hear about that?
Really?
No,
but my watch is stuck to my
goodness.
forehead. I'll tell you that right now. I don't know what's happening.
Wow. Well, at least
That's
you're
weird.
on time, or time is on you.
What?
But what?
That's weird. Yeah. I didn't hear Tenpenny yet. Is that an Indian name, by the way? What the hell?
No, she looks like some
Tenpenny?
Midwestern kind of like white middle-aged woman that seems pretty articuate, and she has I guess she's educated and whatnot. So either she said it's on. She goes, it's on the internet and social media. People are being magnetized by taking the vaccines, and they're putting keys on their foreheads and different parts of their body. And then some woman who I have no idea who she was, she went before them and said, "See this key? Look," and she presses it on her chest, and she goes, "Yeah, huh?" I'm like, anybody can do that. Just your body heat will, like a spoon, you put it on your forehead. Right. And she goes, "Huh? What about this?" Then she puts it on her neck and it falls off. It's sticky. She keeps doing it like 3 or 4 times and it keeps falling off. It's not magnetized. It's just, and people behind her are going, I don't know.
No, I didn't watch any of that, but I read a little bit about it, and those are the stories I read, and I just go, I can't fucking read this. Come on.
No, but really? Also we were talking about the different newspapers, like the Washington Post, owned by Jeff Bezos, who hates Trump, says she lied before Congress. And then another paper that leans left will say false claims. And then a neutral paper, which I don't know which one it was, Columbus Chronicle, says she says bizarre. They use the word bizarre, meaning it could go either way, which is a little bit more reporting versus opinionated. So,
well, bizarre is an opinion, right? Bizarre means wacky.
Well, she says bizarre things, meaning the people that are having keys magnetically stuck to their forehead is bizarre, or she says something bizarre because she's bizarre. It left open for more interpretation of what you're thinking versus telling you she's fucking nuts. I just like news reporting.
But let's bring people on TV and just go like old magic tricks and just go, here's a bunch of keys, and I like to see them go fly and stick to their head, and I'll believe it. Let's see it. This woman,
this other woman, I don't know if she was a citizen. She goes before Congress. She's amped up, the body heat, and she takes a piece of cold metal and sticks it to her chest, and it sticks. And I'm like,
right.
I think anybody can do that. And we don't know if it's been treated with some sticky shit.
Right. It's like Uri Geller. Remember, he used to melt spoons?
Yeah.
Remember that guy, Uri Geller?
I remember him. I remember him.
Right.
He helped.
Now, if he had had the vaccine, he'd be like, look, you can melt spoons with the vaccine. You know what I mean? It's all just fucking carny.
He removed braces for years. He made so much money. He saved people a trip to the dentist. Yeah, he made people's braces melt.
True.
No, it's not.
I don't think any of that's true.
I made it up.
He was a spoon fella.
It was weird. It was bizarre. It was false.
Yeah. Charlie Fry does some great spoon
oh my God.
Bending, and
how great is Charlie Fry? If you get a chance, he's mostly on Facebook with his videos, but they're on YouTube as well. He posts. He'll post a link.
He does almost a weekly video on Facebook on his Facebook page.
He's the real McCoy.
And he's the real McCoy. Yeah. Yeah, I was in Davidoff in New York City a couple of years ago, and there was a kid doing magic because it's all these rich guys smoking cigars. So this kid was like kind of hustling and had some great tricks. Really good young guy using his iPhone and stuff like that. And I said to him at the end, we were talking, and I said, "Hey, happen to know Charlie Fry?" And it was like the guy fucking was like, "Holy shit! What do you mean? Yeah, I've heard of him. I don't know him." was like I was saying, hey, do you happen to know Jimi Hendrix or some shit?
Yeah, no,
he was like,
he would be.
I know the name.
Yeah.
I go, yeah, he's a buddy of mine. He's like, what? You know him? It's like, yeah. So then I go, what is your name? And he tells me, and I forget the trick he did. He was very proud of it. He created it. And then I texted Charlie later. I go, hey, I met a guy. He does this trick. And Charlie's like, yeah, that trick's like 100 years old.
Yeah.
That thing's been around forever.
Yeah.
I go, okay.
Well, you and I know we've been around so long in the show business.
Been around the block.
We see a lot of tricks that are invented by somebody, but then it's up to the magician to master it. And that's the key. And then make it their own. But you and I have seen many magicians do the exact same trick, same personality, kind of bland. But then when you get somebody who masters it, puts a personality in it, takes it in a different direction. But Charlie is just like, he's the real McCoy. Flawless. Very entertaining.
And you know what's great about him is he's also a better juggler than 99% of the jugglers out there. He's a better magician than 99% of the magicians out. Like he's because he was he was like one of the top circus clowns back in the day. And but he has all these other skills. He's an artist.
And he's not a kid. He has
all these
either.
Skills.
Yeah, no, he's a true artist, and you'll be entertained from beginning to end with this guy. Even when he starts out, you see him doing like, oh, he's going to do the disappearing ball thing. Then all of a sudden he takes it into a different direction. He's just a master at it. Yeah.
Yeah, he's one of the greats, and he and his wife, they have the act, and it's a 20-minute for ships. So they used to do ships. That's how I met him. A 20-minute silent act. So he was always working anywhere. Like, I would write to him.
International, no interpretation. Yeah, no interpretation needed.
Anywhere.
And also it was kind of a vaudeville throwback
very much
with the music, and they just performed, and you're just dialed in, you're watching every move, and you're trying to figure things out. And it's funny. He's got a sense of humor, and he's
very funny. And I always link a video of his onto our cigar page, because a lot of whenever he has a trick with a cigar, he always uses a prop cigar, and then I link it onto the page. And he's amazing. If people don't know who he is, look him up. Charlie Fry, Frye.
E.
Yeah.
2 double E.
No, just 1 E. Yeah, and we go with 1.
We're gonna go with
1 E.
The second E is invisible, and it's worth $18,000.
There you go.
Thank you very much.
$18,000.
That is our podcast.
Boom.
The Talking Dicks became friends at a very young age, and the rest is history.
I'm losing my mind.
Patreon.com/The2Dicks, which is named after our web series. This is the Talking Dicks Comedy Podcast. Thanks for tuning in.
What?
Done.
I didn't kill my wife. I don't care.
We'll fix it in post, you son of a bitch.
Okay, sure.
All right. Subscribe. Mary.
Patreon.com/The2Dicks.
If you shoot me, you won't see a cent of that money. Why?
I think it ends on that. That's beautiful.